Let me just remind you of something in case you've forgotten. Food stamps, EBT, SNAP benefits, Section 8, that is all under a government assistance program of which taxpayers who work pay for.
Hey Pumpkin, let's talk about the SNAP benefits that everybody's so upset about. Sometimes life punches you right in the cooter. Jobs end, people get sick, and families struggle. Sometimes good people fall on hard times, and when that happens, help should be there.
Some people most definitely need assistance, but should we be teaching people to rely on government money?
Your food stamps are going away effective November 1st. So I keep seeing videos where everyone's complaining and crying and so scared because allegedly their EBT SNAP benefits are going away effective November 1st. And I've seen all these videos where people are saying Trump is taking away food from people right before the holidays. So let me just remind you of something in case you've forgotten. Food stamps, EBT, SNAP benefits, Section 8, that is all under a government assistance program of which taxpayers who work pay for. There's no bank somewhere that has a stash of money that's sending to you because you don't work. And now this video has...
Okay, welcome back to the show. Is it a show? I don't even know what kind of is. But that being said, thanks again for joining me today. And I really found some good stuff about this SNAP and EBT and food stuff and government assistance. And there's a lot to talk about with this. Now, that being said, 100% people need assistance. And we as a country should help people who are in need. I have no issues around that. But I also think people become dependent on shit. And that is a bad behavior that we have been teaching in this country for way too long. So maybe on some level, this situation is going to help people to see we need to start encouraging people to start taking care of themselves instead of being taken care of. Now, that also being said, wait a minute here. Why are you blaming Trump? When I actually looked to see. But anyway, before I tell you this, I want to thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. It really does mean a lot to me and helping me move forward on this channel and build it. So with that, I actually looked in to see this. And I just want to say this really quick because I don't know everything. And I also always learning and understanding things. And, you know, I don't know how our government works 100%. I'm learning more and more daily as I really understand that I feel like the Republicans and the Democrats work against each other. In my opinion, I don't feel like these parties work together, and it's just my opinion, but from what I see. So why did the U.S. government shut down and when will it reopen? Republicans and Democrats could not agree to pass a bill funding government services past October 1st. When the previous federal budget expired. In the U.S. system, Congress must agree a spending plan to send to the president to be signed in law. The Republicans currently control both chambers of Congress, but in the Senate or upper chamber, they are short of 60 votes needed to pass the spending bill, which gives opposition Democrats some negotiating power. Democrats want the bill to include an extension of expiring tax credits that make health insurance cheaper for millions of Americans and a reversal of the Trump's cuts to Medicaid, a government health care program used by millions of elderly, disabled, and low-income people. Democrats also oppose spending cuts to government health agencies. So what I see is it's the Democrats who are holding this situation hostage. But everyone keeps blaming Trump like they always do for everything. So let me continue with this video because I think it's really, this woman just says it how it is.
And now this video has nothing to do with the people who are disabled, have disabled children. I'm talking about able-bodied workers. There's no bank anywhere where you get free food.
Wow.
That's not a thing. We pay for it. The people who work, taxpayers, we pay for it. So now you guys are crying, oh my God, Trump is taking away our food stamps right before the holidays. When did you think your food stamps was going to go away? Because again, it's government assistance, help. It's temporary while you get on your feet. It was not for you and your kids and your kids' kids and all your families and generational free food. That's not what it was. The Section 8, when you guys were crashing out about that a couple months ago, because now you can only be on Section 8 for 2 years.
Wow.
And to be eligible for it, you have to work at least 20 hours a week. Same thing with Medicaid. Aside from people who have disabled family members, you have to work. If the government was still open, you still can't stay on government assistance your whole life unless you're disabled.
This is so great. She's explaining it all. We have created a bad system in this country where people who don't necessarily need this situation, and I want to reiterate, I am all for helping people in this country. We should not have starving kids. We should not have starving people. We should not have people who are elderly or disabled or cannot put themselves in a space to create job or money. We should not let them starve, and we should help them. But this system has been 100% been abused, and she is saying it there. It's generational. It's been handed down. You can see the system is broken. So, and now you can see it even more by what people are saying. They're going to rob shit. They're going to take shit. They're acting so entitled to the money. Where does the money come from? She said it. It comes from the taxpayers. It's just ridiculous behavior.
And you cannot work or you care for a disabled family member or child. So you guys literally thought you were just going to get free food just forever?
They did.
And then remember when you guys were all crashing out because Kennedy put that new law in effect where food stamps, you can't purchase like junk food, sweets, sugary drinks. It's for healthy food. And you guys were mad about that because you can't buy frozen pizza anymore. And you were crashing out about that and throwing hissy fits in the grocery store. So the food was for healthy food. None of you guys tried to get on your feet. And I'm not talking about the ones who used government assistance to help them get on their feet. Bravo to you.
Helped them get on their feet. It's literally what the program is for. You having a bad time. That everyone goes through bad times, okay? Everyone, not everyone, but a lot of people. And they need help. And that's what the program is for, is to help you get back on your feet. Not drag your feet for 20, 30, 40 years and then teach your kids how to drag their feet. You're not entitled to that money. That money is to help you get back on your feet. I think what's great on one level, even though it's fucked up because some people are going to really be hurt by this situation. But what's great also about it is I'm learning about why the system is broke and how we can fix the program to help you. We should be helping you learn how to take care of yourself. I've said it in other videos. We need to start teaching people to help themselves, not to always be putting their hand out to be taken care of. The most empowering thing is to take care of yourself.
But that's what it's for. It's government assistance. So if the government wasn't shut down because they're allegedly saying that the food stamp program could end or people might not get their SNAP benefits effective November 1st because of the government shutdown, let me play this back for you. Let's play it back. The government is shut down because the Democrats want $1.5 trillion plus an additional $5 billion to send money to like Honduras for climate stuff. And to Africa and to the Balkans. Watch my last video. That's what the Democrats want the money for, not to give you food stamp.
There you go. Speaking truth, spitting facts, man. It's the Democrats who are blocking this shit. So why you keep blaming everything on the Trump administration? It's ridiculous. Can we get back to like actually speaking facts? And can we get back to helping our government move forward? And if we start to be truthful about what's really going on in the world, then things will start to get better. But the lies and deceit and the bullshit about Nigeria and trans issues and this SNAP benefits and our government and the Trump administration and ICE and all the things that are like being gaslit out here, okay? And trans women are women, like all of it is not helping any of us, okay? Any of us. And especially it's not helping right now the people who really do need these benefits.
Americans, you'll need to be careful this weekend. Let me explain why. I don't know if you've noticed, but America is a powder keg right now, and pretty much all of us are holding the match. We're about armpit deep in a government shutdown right now. There's a bunch of federal workers not getting paid, and a bunch of people are about to lose EBT. Now, if EBT goes away this weekend, a lot of people have said that they're going to go raid their local stores and maybe even their neighbors' homes. They're going to feed their babies one way or another because that's America's responsibility. The taxpayers' responsibility is to take care of them, and if they're not going to do that through EBT, they're going to do that by donating their own stuff. That's the general sentiment. This weekend, we're going to have a ton of Americans that are going to go absolutely ballistic in the streets. What this means for you is, one, you might want to go do your grocery shopping. Unfortunately, I hate to be that guy and incite panic buying, but you might want to get some stuff. Don't go clear out the shelves, but make sure that you have food for the next week or two until this boils over. Now, if there's mass civil unrest this weekend, government responses are going to be a little bit slow because of, the government shutdown. What this means is we're in a period of very heightened vulnerability, and there's going to be a lot of bad actors out there on the streets taking advantage of it. You need to be very, very careful of where you go and when you go if this starts to pop off. If you see that EBT is actually getting canceled, you might want to, stay home for a little bit. It could end up being nothing, but it could end up being the start. All I'm saying is be aware. This is a very dynamic environment, and you need to know what is happening around you. I love you. Pay attention. Be blessed.
Well, I kind of get what he's saying, and I feel like it's a little bit fear-mongering, but at the same time, is it? Because people have been saying insane shit, like we're going to go into Walmart and rip it apart and take what we want. How and why do you feel so entitled to just go take groceries? Who's paying for that? Who pays for the loss when you go and steal everything because your baby is going to starve to death? Why is your baby starving to death? Okay, what the fuck is going on in this country? And how are we not focusing on American people and not the rest of the world? This is actually ridiculous behavior. There is bad shit coming to this country. And the fact that both of our parties are fighting, but really this is Democrats holding off on this. Let's just be real and let's talk facts here, okay? Because I'm so sick and tired of this blame game. If you're going to blame the right people.
So they're taking away SNAP benefits on November 1st. And they're telling teachers, like my partner, that they need to stock their classrooms full of snacks so that their children don't go hungry. Ignoring the fact that many teachers are on SNAP benefits. Luckily, we're not, because while I cannot afford our rent on my own, I can afford our food barely on my own, and my partner can afford our rent barely on their own. And that's all the money we have. But now, next month, I might be personally financially responsible for possibly multiple children's lunches. Way to go, America. We did it. We're great.
Okay, how are you affording your hormones? Okay, how are you affording all of that your surgery, your hormones, all of that stuff? Who's paying for that? I could go deep into this one. But you know what? I'm going to say something. I do believe teachers are underpaid. 110%. Those are those children in those school systems are our future. Okay, the school systems are fucked, and I do think teachers are way underpaid, and no way should any child go hungry ever in this country. Okay, so if they're I don't know if this is true. I don't know if whatever it is, making shit up, because they love to make shit up and make them woe is me kind of bullshit. But I do believe that teachers are suffering, and way to go, Democrats. How about that? Because I bet you're a liberal woke Democrat.
Hi, you guys. I'm out of the store. So they wanted $7 for this. Mind you, I don't have food stamps anymore. They cut me off. So I only had $22 left in food stamps.
Wow.
So this is what I stole. Okay, they wanted $9 for this. I said, I don't got $9. Did $7 for this. I'm making some stuffed salmon today. These are needed. I'm not paying $7 for that. Okay, let me show you the most important thing to me. Short ribs. Take off the label so that you don't beep. Get your fucking meat. How many do you think that I got?
Did I just hear a grown woman brag about stealing from a grocery store? Yeah. She's pulling short ribs, cheese, and chicken bouillon out of her purse like it's a Hall Grand Theft Grocery Edition. And it gets worse.
Something out here is yours. Whether or not you take it, they call that shit free will. I call that shit eminent domain. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. One thing I learned from the white man, take it! Yeah, now, take it. I don't give a fuck who's already sitting there. I don't give a fuck if your land was already established. Bitch, it's mine now, and I want it.
I am married to a white man, and I can confirm that he does not steal. He works. The whole everything out here is yours, just take it mentality, that's not empowerment, that's entitlement. Entitlement is exactly how people stay stuck. Because you can't build a better life on bitterness and blame. You're not owed other people's labor. You're not owed free food just because you want it. And then she ends it with going to church, ask for rent money, and if they don't give it, then blast them online. She said to ask for your tithe back. I'm sorry, what? You don't use the church. You give out of faith, not as a loan. And the church does help people who truly need it. She was saying to lie and tell them that you don't have power. You tithe from the heart, not from a refund. This isn't just bad behavior, it is a reflection of deeper sickness in our culture. People aren't embarrassed to sin, they are proud of it. They film it, they preach it. If you really think stealing and manipulating is your form of justice, you need to check your heart. Because this isn't just rebellion, it's rot.
Of course, race had to be brought up. I was never going to even say anything about that, but it is so sad to me. She just set it right up. Like, how dare you? How dare you? The white man taught you how to do that? What? Come on, man. You people and your weird shit about, if you move past all that, why are you stealing? What makes you feel entitled to steal? I really want to know why you think you are entitled to cheese and short ribs and you're going to make stuffed salmon tonight. Really? Are you actually really starving? Because that doesn't sound to me like you're actually starving. Okay? Because I remember when I was starving, I was all about Top Ramen, which was, you could get 5 packs of Top Ramen for $1 back in the day. I lived on Top Ramen. Okay, so what? Come on, people.
Let me tell y'all something. Those that's talking about going out there making them videos, talking about y'all gonna rob them people's stores because they done cut them SNAP benefits. Let me tell you something. You go out there, you gonna give them folks every legal right to bop you across your head. Baby, they're going to be justified in bopping you across your head. You better learn how to cook some quick, cheap, easy meals. You could take some tuna, some cream of mushroom, peas, and throw some noodles in it. You want to get fancy, crumble some crackers on the top. You got tuna casserole. You can take you some beans. I don't care if it's black bean, pinto beans. If you don't know how to make them homemade, you can buy them in a can from the Dollar Tree with some rice, baby, and you got beans and rice. Get you some cornmeal, honey, a little bit of oil, make some hot skillet cornbread. And you can take some peanut butter with some jelly and make a sandwich, grilled cheese with some bread, honey, and get your tomato soup. You got a meal and sit down somewhere. Don't go out in them streets because they going to bop y'all in the head. Don't do it.
Right on, lady. Sound advice. I would take it from her. Free sound advice. Like, really? Really? You're not going to starve. Go get some rice and beans like we all have had to do sometime in our life and stop acting like you're so entitled to buy the ribs, the short ribs, and the salmon with cheese in the middle of it. What?
Government shut down. There's no food stamps, so I don't have any money for fast food. That means I had to make my own breakfast this morning. I gotta hurry. Is that a shell? No time. We gotta go.
What? So good.
Taste test. I have to run out the door, but it would have been much more convenient for me to go through the McDonald's drive-thru, give me a warm, nice McGriddle with the crispy hash brown on the side, and actually go to Starbucks. But I guess I have to start budgeting more because I don't have the money for it right now. I gotta cut expenses.
Oh my God, like, duh. Like, wow, right on, lady. But I don't understand why everybody wants to eat out so much. It's so much better eating at home. It just is so much healthier, so much better. We've got to teach people to start eating healthy. It's the shit that we're feeding people is so insane to me. So this is really awesome. Check this out.
Okay. So the SNAP benefits are being cut, but if you keep $1 on your SNAP card going forward, you have access to HIP, which is Healthy Incentive Program. And depending on the family size, you can get $40, 1 to 2 people, wow. 60, 35, or 80, 6 plus, and shop at a farmer's market or farm stand, and you can get fresh fruits and vegetables.
Wow.
By farmers that are located in Massachusetts.
Wow.
Beautiful.
And see that? Who else does that help? That helps the farmers. You're eating healthy. These are the things that they're trying to start to teach us in this country. We have such a huge amount of obese, overweight, unhealthy people? Why do you think Big Pharma is making so much money off of you and your crappy eating? And then what that woman said, she'd rather be going to the McDonald's instead of having to take an extra 15 minutes to make scrambled eggs and toast and her own coffee at home. It really, what happens is people just become so lazy because it's easier to drive through the drive-through and it's easier to do all that when it's really not. It just is not. And I don't know why people feel so entitled to this money. I'm actually really questioning it all. Seriously, I am. Okay, so I'm going to just, because, wait, you know what I wanted to do, actually, so before I start to get a little bit funny? I really wanted to read this. Why are SNAP benefits ending November 1st? SNAP benefits are ending November 1st due to the ongoing federal government shutdown, which has halted funding to the program. The U.S. Department of Agriculture, USDA, stated it does not have sufficient funds to continue benefit payments for November. And the administration, okay, and the November. And the administration directed states to suspend November allotments. While some judges have issued rulings to pay benefits, logistical and funding delays means it's too late for November to be distributed. So that's basically what's going on. SNAP just is not being funded by the government because of the government shutdown because the Democrats won't move forward. So I just wanted to remind you of that. But now I'm going to just show you a couple because I just had to do it. I had to do it.
Guys, I can't believe I'm even having to get on here and say this, but every single person receiving SNAP benefits right now needs to check their privilege and give their benefits to a trans indigenous person of color. These government programs are designed to help the most vulnerable and at-risk Americans. And there is no one who is more American and more vulnerable than native identifying white men. And as a trans indigenous person, it makes me sick to watch these benefits go to whiny, cis-pigmented, cis-American liberals. Did you know the average weight of a SNAP recipient is 211 pounds? The average weight of a trans indigenous person of color is 165 pounds. Okay, and I'm watching my benefits go to cis-pigmented colonizers that are trespassing on my land because trans indigenous people are indigenous and this is my land and we are entitled to these benefits before anybody else. So I'm just really frustrated right now. Drop a comment and let me know what you think.
Oh my God. I love Josh. He's my buddy and he just totally wrecks it every effing time. Like, come on, man. Entitled. Are you actually entitled to that? Why are you entitled? No, you're not entitled. It is actually a gift from the country and the people who create the money, the taxpayers, to help you get on your feet. I'm going to keep saying it over and over again. Why are you not on your feet? Oh, man.
Hey Pumpkin, let's talk about the SNAP benefits that everybody's so upset about. Sometimes life punches you right in the cooter. Jobs end, people get sick, and families struggle. Sometimes good people fall on hard times, and when that happens, help should be there. And that's not weakness, that's reality. Look, nobody with a functioning heart wants to see a kid go hungry or a parent have to choose between rent and food. But there's a difference between a boost and being held up forever. Government assistance should be like jumper cables when your car battery dies. Somebody helps you get enough spark to start again, and then you take off with your own power. The cables aren't supposed to stay hooked up. That's not support. That's stagnation dressed as compassion. That's where we fucked up. Good intentions turning into long-term dependency. It wasn't supposed to be that. Let me make this crystal clear. SNAP benefits should be a safety net, not a fucking hammock. A safety net will catch you when you fall. A hammock will make you comfortable and complacent. Real help lifts you up and gives you that boost. It doesn't trap you in a forever survival mode disguised as kindness. We should absolutely protect the people that truly need support. Single moms, disabled vets, people really hit by hardship. Give them a bridge back to stability. I'm not against that. But we should expect and encourage anyone who can stand on their own 2 feet to eventually do just that. Last I checked, the goal of support isn't dependence, it's independence, right? Compassion and accountability can exist in the same breath. And anybody who tells you that they can't, they're not trying to help you. They're just trying to hold you back. Toodles.
Bam, right there. Told you. Like, really. People care about people who can't take care of themselves. This is not about that, okay? It's about really understanding what has gone wrong with this program, and the fact that people are acting insane. They're acting like animals, like we're just gonna take what we want now, it's ours, and like not even understanding what that even means, or why are people even saying that, and why have we made people so dependent on a system instead of helping them learn how to become independent. A couple of these people here today, I said the same exact thing as how I feel. We have gone off the deep end, and instead we're putting people in a bad cycle, and it becomes generational trauma. And that's exactly what's happening. This is generational. It's teaching its children back around again, back around again, back around again, and no one's getting out of it. And until you understand that generational space and that generational trauma, it's up to you to get out of that. I got out of that stuff. I used to be an angry weirdo, and now I learned that from generations. Okay, so I took care of myself, and I'm no longer in that way. It's really up to us teaching people that there's the tools out there to get out of having dependency on the government. Okay, it's like, do you really, like, you want the government, then you don't want the government, then you want no kings, but then put your hand out for the kings to give you money. Like, make up your mind, people. It's like you're all over the place. So I think really the video today, what I want to show you is I'm a firm believer in helping people, and I'm a firm believer that, you know, people do run into hard times, because I had that space. But we have to learn how to teach people to get back up on their feet and not continue to drag for the rest of their lives. Okay, so with that, baby girl is doing awesome. Thanks for asking. It's Halloween. I hope you guys had an awesome Halloween. Thank you again for supporting the channel. I appreciate you guys all very much. And this is an important conversation. It really is. It's super important conversation. And we need to understand more about, I think, even for myself, how this government works more and more, because the more we understand things and the more we understand what's happening with the money in this country, the more we can start to, as citizens of this country, sort of try to help get us back into a really good space. So have a great rest of your day.